Hello guys, what's going on? It's ICZ and welcome back to the channel. Today, what's happening with my camera? God damn. Excuse me woman, I'm recording. But yeah, ignore the ATC guy, he's bugged, but today, this video I wanted to make is about the most important ship I believe that ever hit Star Citizen. I think it's a milestone on the, future of ship creation, and it's the Clipper. Nope, not that one. This one. There is a lot of cool ship in the expo, IAE 2955. You have the Perseus, you have the cargo golem, you have the Salvation, you have, a lot of cool ships, and I don't know if we're gonna have any more surprise releases. We still have, many days to go, but in my opinion, this ship is the most important one. Let's have a quick, walkthrough, look it up, look how it looks, and then I'll explain why. By the way, by the time this video is live, this ship should be flyable, meaning you can buy it on the store. You can also rent it from the expo, so you can give it, a try for yourself. I will be uploading a video, trying it out, flying it around and stuff after this one. Not sure how long after. So, as you saw, there is more people checking it out, and it is pretty small and cramped inside. But as you saw, we have two entrances. We have the ramp access, which the button is right here, and then somewhere up at the front we have the elevator that hopefully is not gonna land on my head. Now, if I'm correct, the elevator takes you straight up to the bridge, the cockpit, whatever you wanna call it, while the ramp takes you down to the cargo hold. Now let me disable my shader so it's a bit brighter. So this is the ramp that takes you up to the cargo hold. You cannot really fit, a fat vehicle in here, maybe a couple space bikes, and sadly it looks like you cannot really get too many SCU boxes in here, right? Feels like the Vulture, SCU, storage, cargo hold, whatever, so maybe 12. And as you can see, the ramp is pretty narrow, so shouldn't be able to put any massive boxes in it. However, let me close it up so we can see what it looks like. I absolutely love this front radiator bit, the little vent at the front. We saw it from the outside, but I love the looks. So you have this cargo hold, then you have this ladder that takes you up to the middle floor, I guess. You can see the engines are here. That's going to be some engineering bits and bobs, components that, not even really locked. They're just held in place with a fucking bar and all that stuff. That's so cool. And then in here, you have a fire extinguisher spot, and you have a med bed. I believe it's a tier 3, don't know if you'll be able to upgrade it, but it's a pretty cool feature to add on a ship this size. Having, your mobile respawn point, but wait, this is getting even cooler. In here, not functioning at the moment, we have a crafting station. So you have a small ship, pretty compact, with a okay-ish cargo hold, that has a crafting station, that has a med bed, and on top, as we're gonna see in a sec, we also have a bed, an actual bed to sleep on. So I believe this is where you put your med cell in to refresh your, respawns and healings. This is the assistant, it is a tier 3. I'm assuming you can hide medical supplies in here. Wash your hands, roleplay stuff, right? And here you can check the dude's vitals, I'm assuming. Not interactable at the moment, but it's pretty fucking decent. And again, crafting station here. Oh, why did you put the lights off? Motherfucker, I'm blind. Crafting station, not much we can do at the moment. It's not really a... Motherfuckers. It's not really a new thing. We have it on the Vulture, we have it on the Reclaimer, I believe. A couple more ships have some, crafting benches, but the thing is, you have a medbed and a crafting bench on a small ship. To me, that's very important. Now, they call these ships versatile, I believe. Let's go up to the bridge. I believe that's a new category, and yeah, that's the cockpit. In my opinion, this is a very important milestone, because in here you have your bed, you have your little, dining table, whatever. You have your little sink, your living stuff. And then I believe down here you have the other fat engineering panel. Yeah, I absolutely love the visuals. I'm not even talking about the visuals yet, because my point of this video is that to me, this is Star Citizen. When I'm thinking, you know, I'm playing mostly solo with a couple of mates. We're not really focused on industrial gameplay. We're not really focused on running cargo. We're not really focused on bounties. We're not really focused on PvP. We're not really focused on ground missions. We're focused on everything, right? A little bit of everything. And in my opinion, my personal preference, that's the best way to play the game. For me, again, I'm not telling you how to play the game, but for me, that's the most fun way to play the game. Don't commit on one game loop, be able to do a bit of everything. That's what I personally find fun. That's what also feels a bit more immersive for me in this game. You know, my character is not a sweaty fighter, is not a beer drinking, well, I do like beer, but not a beer drinking, you know, space tracker. You know, he's a bit of everything. And having a ship like this that offers you a tiny bit of cargo, weak weaponry granted, but you know, being able to craft, being able to heal and res on your ship, run a few packs, to me that's important. That's a fat milestone. I think this is more multi-purpose than the Corsair, for example, right? I love the Corsair, I love the Constellations as well, that can do, you know, bounties, they can do cargo running. They are decent to carry a vehicle for ground missions, whatever. To me, this is a very important milestone. Apologies for that weird cat. My cat was meowing on the top of her lungs. But I was gonna say, I really hope we either get more ships like this, or we have a pass over, you know, some of the older ships don't really fit one single purpose. Think the Corsair, it's supposed to be an expedition ship, exploration ship, whatever. That's not really a thing at the moment, granted, but it does feel like, you know, to be able to live in space, live in your ship, whatever. I think these are necessities. I absolutely love this about this ship. Let me hear your opinions down in the comments. And with that said, let's have a very quick actual look through the ship. So we saw the cargo bay, it's pretty much the Vulture. The top is the cutter, pretty much, right? The outside is very Corsairish with the engines. I love the visuals. There is no wasted space at all. It's very narrow, very cramped, absolutely. But everything has its purpose, everything fits, everything is perfectly placed. Granted, a sink and a microwave, whatever, and dining table are semi-useless at the moment, but that's a personal storage. Oh, we can't access it yet, but that's where it's gonna be, okay. That's a suit locker, I'm assuming. And is that another locker? It's locked, okay, might be weapons, weapon rack, I don't know, but that's what I mean, right? Everything is perfectly placed, no wasted space, nothing. These are seats, by the way. Yeah, you can sit here, so you can carry a couple of friends with you if you want. That's the pilot seat. That's more components. And then I think that's another exit. Oh, yeah, it's another ladder. Okay. That's cool as fuck. Didn't even notice that earlier. And where are we now? We are at the... Oh, back at the crafting bench. Okay, so you have a lot of path. A lot of pathing going up and down. Dude, that's so fucking cool. I love it. So you can go to the top floor with the elevator or through that ladder. And then you can go to the bottom floor through that elevator or through this ladder. But from the top floor, you can come to the middle floor through this hatch as well, which let me actually showcase, because that is another cool thing in my opinion. I'm a bit all over the place because I'm trying to make this as fast as possible because I want to get access to this and fly around with this as soon as possible. But yeah, I absolutely love this ship. I don't think it's gonna be the best for firepower, don't think it's gonna be the best for running packs, don't think it's gonna be the best for bunker running maybe, because you can not really fit, you know, a big vehicle, maybe a space bike or two. But at the same time, I think it's the best. I think it's a very good sign, a very good step in Star Citizen, you know, ship creation, designing, whatever, and I really hope we see more ships having this treatment. Again, either refresh some older ones, or, you know, other companies as well, other manufacturers start having a bit of everything. Because I believe they call them versatile ships, but in my opinion, this is the best base ship, the best roleplay ship, if you wish. You know, when you think in living in the stars, you think you want to be able to heal yourself, you want to be able to craft things on the go, not have to switch between 4 different ships, you know, in order to have a med bay, crafting vents, bit of space, all that stuff. Let me hear your opinion down in the comments. I absolutely love the ship, I absolutely love this trapdoor. I'll attempt my best to get a mate to fall through it. Nothing really you can do. You're not gonna die. You're not really gonna be able to set a trap. I just think it's gonna look funny. Right? Like just sitting here, be like, oh yeah, if you click the green button up there, you get 1,000,000 credits. And then just quickly pull this and, oh no, what did you do to me? Just silly stuff like that. I don't know. I absolutely love this ship. Before I finish it off, let me go back upstairs and have a quick look from the pilot seat so we can go third person and look on the outside. The design visually is so cool and so ugly at the same time. They also said, how many engines do you want on your ship? Yes. I love the Corsair looking wings. I do love that system. It's one of my favorite things, you know, being so mechanical, opening and closing them. I don't know, dude. I keep saying it over and over. Like, to me, that's the definition of a spaceship. That's what I personally feel like when I'm think of when I'm thinking like, okay, I need a ship and my daily driver, right? I need to live in my ship. I need to have, you know, access to those things. I think this is extremely cool. So on these wings we have missiles. Looks like we have a couple size 1s, 2s and 3s. 2 size 1s up top, 2 size 2s and then 1 size 3. Not sure. We're gonna have to check it out when it's live. And then on the left wing, let me see if I can get an angle. Yeah, so if you can see, it seems like it's a double wing, right? Like this one on the right hand side as you're looking now, it's a single panel. On this, it looks like it has a double panel, so it looks like it's gonna extend to the left, and then is that thing gonna slide out and lock on the edge, or is it also gonna unfold? If you get, you know, what I'm trying to say with a double panel. Or is it gonna like fold out? Because that red paneling there seems to be, I don't know, we're gonna have to check it out, as I said, as soon as it's out. But look how many missiles it has. Next, weapon-wise, pilot-controlled weapons, I think it's gonna be very weak. I don't believe we have a turret, unless I completely missed it, then I'm blind. But I do think it's gonna be size 2s. Pilot weapons, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Details for it have already released and I'm, you know, missing them out. Also that, like, ventilation thing on the roof, that looks like you could enter through there. That might be a missed opportunity, that little vent. You know, do another Corsair bit, have an elevator going all the way from the bottom to the roof. That might have been a missed opportunity, but either way, I'm really hyped for this ship. Maybe not for this ship itself. I'll definitely get it, I'll definitely fly it and try it out. But as I said, might not be the ship itself that I'm, you know, really excited about. It's the fact that if we get more ships similar to this, not visually, the fact that, you know, versatile, I think they call them, I think it's gonna be great. Now, I know CIG wants you to spend money on multiple ships, right? Absolutely. They're a company, they're a business, they have to make money. I understand that. I understand that they need to sell ships. So if you want to do medical stuff, you need a medical ship. If you want to do mining stuff, you need a mining ship. If you want to do combat, you need mostly a combat ship. However, you can do it with some cargo ships and stuff like that. You can seize it, you know how the game is. You know how it goes. But I think it's gonna be a very good step towards sales if you start adding more ships like that. Well, they start adding more ships like that. I think this is gonna, unless it flies horribly, you know, because people can try it out for free, I'm pretty sure once it hits the actual expo floor, like the panels, you know, to rent them, I think this is gonna sell like crazy. So I really hope they add more ships in that category like that. Maybe a bit stronger ones. Again, like, think of how much wasted space you have on the Corsair. You have the 3 bedrooms for the crew. Nobody's running the Corsair thinking, I definitely need a bedroom for my crew. Make it modular. Replace all 3 with, you know, a single tier 3 bed. Something like that. I don't know. I'm just, you know, brainstorming. But again, I'm hoping we can see more ships like that. Don't make them extremely OP, but give them, instead of 4 size 1s, I believe, or 5 size 2 weapons, sorry, or size 3s, whatever they are, give them 4 size 4s. Or give them like 2 size 3s at the front, 2 size 5s on the wings, or something like that, right? Make them the to-go ships for your casual player base, the ones that don't really want to hardcore sweat mining, salvaging, PvPing, whatever. Because I think that's most of the community. Yes, it doesn't really have a spot in a fleet, I don't think. I don't think it has a spot in an org, right? Now org is gonna be like, okay, we really need to have a clipper. Not yet, at least. You know, when crafting is in, this might be the play. We'll see. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna have a spot in a combat fleet, you know, in a patrol, whatever. For your average player, your casual player that wants to do a bit of everything and, you know, feel immersive living in the ship and all that shit, exploring space, exploring your different systems and all that stuff, I think this is gonna be the best. Anyways, I keep repeating myself. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. Once again, love to hear your opinion down in the comments. I'd love to see how you guys are feeling about the ship. And again, keep an eye out on my channel. I should be uploading a video on it today, trying it out, actually flying it, see how it flies, how it handles, maybe try a couple of bounties on it, low to mid ones, depending on what loadout it has. Maybe slap a couple of bunkers or not with it. We'll see, you know, take it out for a spin. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Drop a like down below if you enjoyed it. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. It looks cool. It looks like an actual fucking track. Goodbye. One last thing, if you're checking this out on the expo, you might get hard stuck on the pilot seat like I have. You cannot exit it, so I'm gonna have to relog. Just a note, just a heads up. I really hope this is not gonna carry through, you know, when the ship is actually flyable. Anyways, bye-byes.